Scientific study of Vedas, creation of universe, starting from BRAHMAM, class 62. In the last class, we have seen the story of Shunta and Upashunta. These are atoms with less than 8 electrons in the outermost orbit. So they are dangerous creatures. They will destroy the whole, they will attack anything in this universe to get electron to make it 8 in the outermost, 8 electrons in the outermost orbit. So they are treated as demons to destroy that atom. Atom cannot be destroyed, but by destroying it in its atomic state and to make it molecule within the stable state, Brahma created a beautiful lady named Tilotama, and put it before this Shunta and Upashunta. So they fight each other for getting that electron for Tilotama, and lost the characteristic as atom and formed stable molecule. So atoms are combining to form molecule. Atoms are, as such, they are treated as asuras or demons. When it combines to form molecule, that is stable portion, that is calm. So they are like behave like devas. So that is what we have seen in the last class. But at the same time, there is another force or a driving force which is taking part in all most of the chemical reactions. Such a driving force is named MANMATHA and his wife, MANMATHA. In the story form, it is a character, MANMATHA and his wife. And he possesses a bow and arrow. This arrow is called arrow of love. It creates love between male and female. So actually love is a driving force. But the science is not considering this as a science factor. But in Veda, it is one of the important forces that is acting among us. Not only in human beings, but in the case of atoms also. We know electron is positive male, electron is negative female, and proton is positive male. So there is a love between these two, proton and electron. That is why these electrons are revolving around the nucleus positive charge. So a love is there. And this atom combines to form different types of molecules and our genetic system also. So that love factor also is there in human beings and in animals or everywhere. So that is a controlling force. It combines people, male and female, opposite sexes, and gets children. So that force is represented by Manmathan. So this Manmathan, that is a character in the story. Even though it is a character in the story, the Manmathan is the driving force which take part in the creation of this universe. It has a great role. We know it creates a love between, this love factor is playing in between proton and electron. That is why electron is revolving around it, the nucleus. Nucleus is positive, there is an attraction. That is why it is revolving, otherwise it may go. It is combining with other atoms also. This electron is taking place because this electron leaves this proton, its husband, and go behind another proton, so another nucleus in another atom. Likewise, combinations or chemical reactions are taking place, due to which this universe was created at that time. Now also in all chemical reactions, these electrons are taking place. It jumps from one relation to another. When it loves another atom, it will go there. Likewise, and based on these atoms, combining all such atoms, our human body also are built up. And in human beings and in animals, this love factor is there. For what? To create a new thing. New thing means new generation also. In the case of atom, new substance are to be formed. So it produces a love factor. In modern science, we are not taking into account this love, but this love plays an important role in the creation activities. Why? Because the BRAHMAM is trying to create a beautiful world. At the end of this, last stage means Krita Yuga, Treta Yuga, Dwapara Yuga, Kali Yuga. At the end of Kali Yuga, it wants to create a beautiful world. For this, that force is using us also. Human beings also are created to take part in that activity. So do different types of works. Persons with the required qualities are required. This quality is there in the inherent characteristic, that is in the genetic system. So any person required to do some work, he should possess that capability to do that work, mentally, physically, or anything like that. That quality is there in his genetic system. That he got it from his father and mother. So different person, male person possess different characteristics, female with different genetic codes. So created to create a particular person at a particular time in future, that genetic system can be obtained to that child if that system combines a suitable persons, a male and female, which possess that qualities, and mixing these two, a new generation is created. So only those two persons are to be come together for this. This MANMATHA is sending love arrow. So those two people become joined together and resulted in the formation of a new child which possesses that quality. We are not knowing these things. We cannot know such things with using our memory, using our brain, because there is a feeling of I myself, and through this planetary system and this Paramatma is playing through our nervous system and creating such feelings like love or anything like that. So at the appropriate time, it creates love in those persons, male and female, so as to join together and to form a suitable child rack is required for future creation activities. So, this driving force is called which is responsible for combination of different atoms to form different molecules or substances, or for the combination of male and female of in human beings or in animals or anything like that, in plants also. This force is acting at the appropriate time and combine these two opposite sex, whether human beings or animals or plants or anything like that, so as to get a child or a fruit or a plant or an animal which possesses the required quality so as to meet the future requirements of this universe, that is for development works to move forward to create a better universe. So this Manmatha is another driving force that came from the planetary system, and it is related with the Paramatma, the plan of the system, and from that force comes and influence human beings to join together to form a suitable generation. So marriage, this results in marriage. It may be arranged marriage or love marriage or anything like that. But these combinations of opposite sexes are possible due to the influence of this force, that is Manmatha. In chemistry, it has another role also. For example, there are certain substances in chemistry that is named as catalysts. Some of the atom will not combine easily. We require very high temperature, then only they may refuse to combine. To combine these two atoms, certain catalysts are using. Certain substances can act as catalyst. If they place it in that medium, these two will easily combine. We know to cook food we require high pressure, temperature, etc. But we are using hard substances also. But in the stomach, it is easily getting digested. There also chemical reactions are taking place. But there such a high temperature is not at all required. Why? Because there is certain enzymes which act as catalyst. So in the presence of certain substances, in chemistry they are called as catalyst. They will help to combine these substances to get product at low temperature, and they are not taking part in that chemical reaction. Such such substances are called catalyst. This also can be treated as Manmatha. Manmatha is the force. It acts in different ways. It is an arrow of love. This forces these two to combine. In the Purana stories itself, Manmatha is applying this arrow to join Rudra and Parvati. What is the objective? The objective is to get a child known as Kartikeya. So in this story, there also a force is acting to attract Parvati, to create love in the mind of Rudra, to attract Parvati and to marry and to get a child called Kartikeya. So this Manmatha is a force, driving force. In this story, it may be represented as a arrow of love, or it may also be act in the form of a catalyst in chemical reactions to force two materials, two substance inputs or two reactants to join together at low temperature, a low pressure, etc. In our body also there are different types of catalysts, and some can be included in that category. So this Manmatha is a driving force. It is a part of the planning, total plan, that is the Paramatma. Paramatma is creating this universe with the support of such a number of forces which cannot be quantized. That is why modern science is not taking part, not taking into account those certain things, love, hatred, or like that. And Brahma, creative force, Vishnu, controlling force, Shiva, destructive force. Likewise, Indra is the force which is coordinating all the activities when any action taking place. Likewise. So likewise, this love factor is also playing an important role in the creative activity of this universe.